Alrighty, y'all. Mr. G here again. I know it's been a while. Been busy. Been just stupid busy. And I was trying to get this thing off the ground and never could get it done. But for anybody that might have a 2011 to 2016, and I don't know, this might apply to an older or newer model as well. I'm sure the cab mounts are very similar, if not the same. Two front cab mounts. They're actually the radiator support mounts in the front of the truck. Replaced all my front end parts, shocks, drag link, all that stuff. All new parts, new bushings, new everything. And something was still banging around in the front of my truck. Couldn't figure it out. So I get under there with a pry bar, start prying on the body, and lo and behold, yeah, it's the cab mounts. So they're toast. So let me walk you through what I did, because I'm waiting right now temporarily to get my torch stuff so I can heat these things up, because Ford in their infinite wisdom put a shitload of Loctite on these things. And if you go after these things with a wrench or without heating them or an impact, you are going to snap off the frame lock bolts that they put in here. And if you snap them off, you are going to have a hell of a time. So you're going to have a hell of a time anyway, but you know, this is not a novice job, I don't think. But I did a temporary fix right now until I can get to them next week, and I just figured I'd share it with you. It's a kind of a redneck thing, but hey, I just took it down the road, and it's quiet as ever. We'll see how long it holds, but it only has to hold for a week until I get my parts. So I'm going to show you what I did and what we got going on here. So bear with me. I'm not a cameraman. I'm a shade tree mechanic. So here we have the bushing in question. It's toast. It's fried. So you can actually see the gap in between after I cinched it down, there's another gap at the top of it, and there's a gap up here, and that thing was just banging around. So I couldn't get to them right now, so I needed a temporary fix. So here's my temporary fix. Hook your ratchet strap around the top of the radiator support on the body. Nice little open right there. And take your ratchet strap and wrap it around the frame, being careful not to mess with any hoses or wires or anything like that as such. And then back to itself. And then it comes back into, there's a frame hook right there. That's the one you use when you're towing your trucks to cinch them down. So there's little T-hooks to go in there. But this works well for this. And I just cinched it down with my ratchet strap, trimmed off the excess. They're tight. And went down the road, and I don't hear the banging. So same thing on the passenger side. Again, avoid wrapping around any hoses, wires, plugs, anything you got going on there. And again, this side is toast. And you spin them, and there's a big old gap. You can see the gap in them. So they're just gone. So, and they're just banging the hell out of my truck. So to save the damage on my truck and get a temporary quietness, I did the same thing over here. Same little, right in the oval hook there for the towing. And as you can see, and then up over onto the radiator support, and just cinch it down the best you can and lock them in. And if you do them the way I did them, you see the way that handle is. See that little clip right there where my bumper mount is supposed to be? That actually holds that thing from opening back up. So it's up there pretty snug, and I had to kind of like push it in a little bit. So hopefully it's going to hold and doesn't rip. Doesn't look like there's any sharp edges or anything wrapped around it. So if it gets me a week until I get my cab mounts put on, that'll be awesome. So that was my fix. Give it a try if you need to, if you need to wait for parts, or if you need to, wait to get it in, or whatever the case is, or just waiting for money. But, that's basically a $10 fix for now. And hopefully it gets me a week that I need. All right. Hopefully it helps somebody. Have a good day. Mr. G, at it again.